Hello, good morning. Welcome to this week's video. So, Happy New Year to you all. By the time you've seen this, we would have gone through the holiday season and probably all back to work and feeling a little bit depressed. So, but there you go. Unfortunately, that's the way life is. Work is a necessity for most of us. But anyway, we're out walking out. Nice local location, been to several times, but it always throws up some surprises. So nice bit of woodland walk, bit of woodland photography. Let's go. So, what is it about woodland photography that attracts me? You know, up until, well, 5 years ago maybe, I'd never photographed a tree in my life. I was always photographing motocross bikes on a motocross track. What more can you say though? Out in the woodlands, fresh air, nice scenery, and woodlands just always have something different to offer. Like I say, this location I've been back to several times. I lost track of how many times I've been here now, and I always find something different. Different seasons, things change, different light and conditions. Everything looks totally different. So yeah, it's always throws up something. So obviously, ideal conditions, we would like it a little bit moody, a little bit misty. Unfortunately, those conditions have eluded me for quite some time now. I seem to miss them because I'm working every time I go out. But there, you can't set the conditions. The conditions are what they're going to be. What you can do is obviously use the conditions and what you see to your advantage, and to get your shot and your compositions. Okay, so first shot of the day. I just picked up this scene here with the water flowing down through. If I just zoomed in, if I zoom out too much, then I'm getting that sky at the top, which is too bright. So I'm just zooming in, just so we've got a bit of light at the back, just to draw you into the scene. Shoot at f14, 1 second, just a polarizer filter on, ISO 64, and 2 second timer, and just getting a shot. Okay, let's walk on. Okay, another very simple little cascade composition, just using these sort of heaped up leaves here as a bit of a foreground. We got some colour in the ferns and that through that side there, and then just literally taking that, keeping the composition, keeping the exposure right for that white bubbly water there. Don't want to blow that out, so done a couple of exposures. Just a slightly faster shutter speed for that there, and then I've done a 2 second one, so I can just blend in. I don't want that central area there to blow out. So like I say, just saw it as I walked past. It's not gonna be a showstopper, but grabbed it whilst I could. Okay, so just playing around with a composition here with this tree here, and then this branch, this long sort of twisted spindly branch coming back. What I've done is set that sort of area and that knot there right up close to the front of the lens, as you can see there. And then because I'm obviously so close, I'm having to focus stack, so I've taken a focus on this part of the branch, focus back mid branch, and then a focus in for the background for the tree itself. To be honest, I may just use the shot with the sharp foreground and then blurring to give it a bit of depth back through, but I've got all three shots so I can blend together if need be. Not sure if it's going to work. It's just one of those shots I'm just playing around with, something a bit different. So I'll take it back, have a look at the shots, and then if I like what I'm seeing, here it is. So you cannot walk up through here. This is my probably my favorite scene, these trees here, but I'm absolutely gutted because this right hand tree, as you look at it here, it normally goes up further and it's a nice branch, bit of green and moss on it, but unfortunately in the recent storms the top branch has snapped away. This location is probably, I've got one of my favourite woodland scenes of all time from this location, which I'll, if I can find it again, I'll put up and show you. But I'll put it up and show you. It was on that particular morning. It was nice and misty, a bit of light coming through above into the mist itself. It was just one of those amazing times. Right place, right time. Always photograph it, never got as good a shot, but it always gives a fairly good shot. So here's the one from this morning, and I'll also put up one of my favorites from this location. Okay, so nothing overly sort of challenging about this scene. Just a very pleasant woodland scene with this trackway going down through trees. Just leading into the shot. Just a pleasant woodland scene. I'm probably shooting a bit wider than what the image will finish up. I'll probably end up cropping it in a little bit. I may even go 16:9. I'm not sure. We'll see when I get it on. But yeah, just a nice scene, pleasing to the eye. So this is so far proving to be my favourite shot of the day. Just looking up through here, these old trees just leaning in over this bit of a gap up through. Osmo not really doing it justice. If I show you in the back of the camera, just backing that down a little bit. So yeah, so it's looking up through, like I say, nice ancient woodland scene. Just using that tree there leaning in, and then this tree on that side there, just holding it. We've got a very, very slight glimpse in the picture of the stream going up through. Just a mystical scene with these ferns as well. The light's just catching on those ferns, quite nice. So shooting at ISO 64 f11, giving me plenty of depth of field, although I have done a couple of shots up through, and also 1/3 of a second just to get that exposure. I don't overexpose a shot because I want it to be fairly dark and moody. I can just lift areas if I need to in post. So yeah, that's so far my favorite shot today. So here it is. Okay, so I'm just shooting this scene up through here. These two little cascades here, bit of an old tree in the background. Just cropping it, that area there. Just showing you in the back of the camera and keeping the exposure quite low. That way it's adding a bit of mystique. As you can see through the Osmo, it's actually quite bright here, but it's not. By keeping the exposure down, it's just picking up those trees in the background there, but they're sort of in the background, dark and mystique, and it's just bringing out the colours, using the polarizer to bring out the colours and also take a bit of glare off of that water. And yeah, just getting, I'll show you again in the back of the camera. So there, so that is the scene. But like I say, that is sort of pretty much exposed, but I'm actually taking the exposure down quite low just to make it mystical, and obviously also it stops these whites blowing out on these falls. Okay, another shot done. Let's carry on walking up. Still got a fair way to walk because I'm going to walk on up through this combe up onto the top. So going back to those last two shots, yeah. So when I'm looking at a shot in the back of the camera, I am sort of trying to visualize how I want the final edit to look. You know, sometimes the light isn't exactly what you want, obviously. So like I said earlier, you have to deal with it, but you can take the shots in the camera to suit what you would like it to look like. And obviously we've got no mist. You can add mist in Photoshop, and there is another hack that I have put in a previous video, which I'll put the link up above for you to check that one out, that hack. But other than that, you know, like I say, you deal with the light you've got, but expose it how you want to expose it to get the best out of it. So yeah, visualizing how you want your final image to look is always a big thing, and then at least you've got your image halfway how you want it in the back of the camera. So I've now climbed right up to the top, right up through the combe, up to Bicknell Post. You're looking out over Bristol Channel there, looking 360 around, just up on the moorland. Fantastic views. The light's a bit dull today, but still fantastic walk. Certainly got the heart rate up coming up over there. Now we're up on the top, heading along out across what they call Longstone Hill, heading across there, and then I'm going to drop back down into Holford again. Okay, let's keep going. Any old hike is a good hike, but when you're carrying the best part of, I don't know, 15 kilo of camera gear as well in the bag, and yeah, it's makes it a bit harder. But anyway, thankfully, due to recent exploits, I'm actually a lot fitter than I was 6 months ago, so not feeling it too bad. It's quite a nice walk. Just one casualty. My sole, don't know if you can see there, but my sole is coming away from my walking boot. Yeah, hopefully old boot will last until I get back to the van. I'm just dropping back down over now, so I don't know, probably about another mile and a half to go maybe, so hopefully it should be okay. Quite a few as I'm walking around, quite a few big trees have fallen victim of the recent storms. There's another one coming up here. Yeah, there's quite a few fallen trees that have been taken down in the winds. Big trees as well, some of them. Yeah, when I said about trees down, this one is completely blocking my path. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to get around it. Okay, I think this could be my last shot of the day. This composition, looking down between these beech trees here. So what I've done, I've moved around to get a balance. There's 5 trees. Odd numbers are always good. 5 trees, or 5 main trees. So I've moved around to get them nice and symmetrical. Bit of colour in the ground with the fallen leaves. Yep. Last shot of the day, I think. Shooting at f10 ISO 100, half a second. Okay, just going to take the opportunity to thank you for checking out this week's video. Hopefully you like what you're seeing. If you do, please hit that subscription button and a notification bell to keep up with my latest content, and give the video a thumbs up, it's always appreciated, and drop me a comment down below. So once again, thank you for watching. Till next time, take it easy.